Assalamu alaikum kids. How are you all? I hope you all are fine. My dear students, I'm your teacher Nida and this is your science class. Students, today we are going to learn about lesson number 12. We are going to learn about lesson number 12 of your science textbook and our topic is air and water. Yes, our topic is air and water. Kids, in this chapter, we are going to discuss about two basic necessities of our life. We are going to discuss about two basic necessities of our life, that is air and water. Air and water. Students, as you all know that these two things, air and water, are necessary for us to survive on this planet Earth. Without air and water, we won't be able to survive on Earth. So we are going to discuss these two basic necessities of our life. Air is very important for almost all the life forms, all the living beings that are present on the earth. Air is very important for all of them, including plants and animals. Air is important for all the living forms. Plants need carbon dioxide from air to do photosynthesis. Yes. Plants, they need carbon dioxide from air. They get carbon dioxide from air to do photosynthesis. And after doing the photosynthesis, after preparing their food with the help of photosynthesis, plants release oxygen into the air. Plants release oxygen into the air. Now talking about human beings and animals. Human beings and the animals, they breathe air to get oxygen. Because oxygen is very important for the survival of human beings and animals. We breathe air to get oxygen, and without oxygen, life would not be possible for us on Earth. Our Earth is surrounded by a blanket of air. Yes, our Earth is surrounded by a blanket of air. This blanket of air which surrounds our Earth is called atmosphere. Yes, this blanket of air which surrounds our Earth is called atmosphere. This atmosphere is actually an invisible blanket of air. It is an invisible blanket of air. Very good. It wraps around our Earth. This atmosphere wraps around our Earth like a blanket. So the invisible blanket of air that wraps around the earth is known as atmosphere. Very good. This invisible blanket of air that wraps around the earth is known as atmosphere. My dear students, we have to learn about atmosphere in detail. So we will learn about that in our future video. Kids, now we are going to learn about our new subtopic, that is components of air. We are going to learn about components of air. What are the various components that are present in air? What is the composition of air? All we are going to discuss in this topic. Kids, air is a mixture of gases. Air is a mixture of gases. Air is not a pure substance. It means that air is not pure. It is made up of various gases. Various gases are present in air, such as oxygen. It contains oxygen. Air contains oxygen that enables us to breathe and to live. That enables human beings and animals to breathe and live. It contains carbon dioxide, which is needed by the plants to do photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide is needed by the plants to do photosynthesis. Very good. It also contains nitrogen, water vapor, dust, smoke, and some various other gases which are present in small amounts. All these gases are the components of air. Yes, they are the components of air. All these gases are the components of air. These gases constitute air. And what is air? Air is a mixture of gases. Air is a mixture of all these gases. Very good. Now we have to learn about all these gases in detail. Students, now we will learn about components of air in detail. The first component of air is nitrogen. The first component of air is nitrogen. Second component is oxygen. Fourth is water vapor. And the fifth is some other gases. Nitrogen, it occupies 78% of the Earth's total atmosphere. It occupies 78% of the Earth's total atmosphere. Oxygen occupies 21% of the Earth's total atmosphere. Now this carbon dioxide, water vapor and some other gas, all three of them, they occupy only 1% of the Earth's total atmosphere. All three of them, carbon dioxide, water vapor and other gases, they constitute only 1 atmosphere. They constitute only 1% of the total Earth's total atmosphere. This means that nitrogen is the most abundant gas which is present in the air. It constitutes 78%, so it is the most abundant. So the components of air are nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, water vapor and some other gases. Now we will learn about them in detail one by one. The first component of air is nitrogen. It is nitrogen. Nitrogen is the most abundant gas in the atmosphere. It is the most abundant gas present in the Earth's atmosphere. Air contains about 78% of nitrogen. 78% of nitrogen is present in air. Plants need this nitrogen to grow. Plants need this nitrogen to grow. However, all plants cannot use this nitrogen directly from the atmosphere. This nitrogen is present in the atmosphere and plants need it for their growth. But all of the plants are not able to use this nitrogen directly from the atmosphere. Only some plants use this nitrogen directly. Only some plants such as peas and beans, they can convert this atmospheric nitrogen to a useful form in their roots. Some plants such as beans and peas, they can use this atmospheric nitrogen. They can use the nitrogen which is present in the air and they can convert it into a useful form in their roots. Such plants are known as leguminous plants. Such plants are known as leguminous plants. Very good. Now we'll learn about some uses of nitrogen gas. Nitrogen is used to make fertilizers. It is used to make fertilizers. Fertilizers are the chemicals that we add into our soil to make it fertile. So this nitrogen is used to make those fertilizers. Also, it is used to keep the packaged food fresh. It is used in packaged foods to keep them fresh. Liquid nitrogen. Now let's talk about liquid nitrogen. Liquid nitrogen is very cold and it is used in laboratories, for storage units, blood banks, etc. To keep the items cold, to keep the items that are in laboratories or for storage units, to keep those items cold. So liquid nitrogen is used for that purpose. Now, the second component of the air is oxygen. The second component of air is oxygen. Air contains about 21% oxygen. Air contains about 21% oxygen. And because of the presence of oxygen gas, life is possible on Earth. Life is possible on Earth only because of the presence of oxygen. Human beings, animals, we all breathe in air to get oxygen for our survival. Oxygen is needed for our survival. Oxygen is also a combustible gas. It is a combustible gas, which means that oxygen can catch fire easily and quickly. Oxygen can catch fire quickly. So this oxygen, it occupies 21% in the Earth's atmosphere. Now, the third component of the air that we have to study is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide. As I told you that carbon dioxide, water vapor and some other gases, all three of them occupy only 1% of Earth's total atmosphere. They occupy only 1% of Earth's total atmosphere. Now this carbon dioxide alone, it occupies 0.38% of Earth's total atmosphere. Carbon dioxide occupies 0.38% of Earth's total atmosphere. And this carbon dioxide is needed by all the green plants to make their food. It is needed by all the green plants to prepare their food with the help of a process known as photosynthesis. Very good. Now, apart from this, carbon dioxide plays a major role. It plays an important role in trapping sun's heat that enters the atmosphere. The sun's heat that enters the atmosphere of the Earth is trapped with the help of carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide traps the heat of sun that enters the atmosphere. This helps in maintaining the required temperature on the Earth. This trapping of sun's heat with the help of carbon dioxide by carbon dioxide, it helps in maintaining the required warmth on the Earth. However, burning large amounts of fossil fuels such as coal, petrol, release a lot of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Burning large amount of fossil fuels like coal, petroleum, they release a lot of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. And this excess carbon dioxide gets accumulated in the atmosphere, traps the heat from the sun. This excess carbon dioxide which gets accumulated in the atmosphere due to the burning of fossil fuels, what does this excess carbon dioxide do? This excess carbon dioxide also traps the sun's heat, and because of that, the temperature on the Earth increases. The temperature of the Earth raises, it increases. So this carbon dioxide, it plays a very important role in maintaining the right warmth, right temperature on the Earth. Very good. Now the fourth component of the air that we have to study is water vapor. The water from the surface of rivers, oceans and other water bodies that are present on the Earth. All the water from the surface of rivers, oceans and other water bodies, it gets evaporated. It gets evaporated and it forms water vapor in the atmosphere. Water vapor also helps in trapping sun's heat in the atmosphere. This water vapor also helps in trapping the sun's heat in the atmosphere. However, the amount of water vapor in the atmosphere, it varies from place to place and from time to time. At some places, the amount of water vapor present in the atmosphere may be high and in some places it may be low. So this amount of water vapor that is present in the atmosphere, it varies from time to time and from place to place. Now the last component of the air is some other gases. Some other gases that are present in the air are argon, nitrous oxide, sulfur dioxide. These are the gases, these are various other gases which are present in the Earth's atmosphere in small amounts. They are present in traces, they are present in very small amounts. Apart from these gases, smoke and dust particles are also present in the atmosphere. Smoke and dust particles are also present in the atmosphere. My dear students, this was all for today. I will see you then. Take care. Allah Hafiz.